So, can you please state your names and the title of the film?
Sure. I'm Danielle Cummings.
I'm Amy Pan, and our film is Motherland.
All right. What were some inspirations for the film? It's obviously about like family and like mother figures, but you know.
Yeah. So my background actually is more in theater instead of filmmaking, and so I was invited to a lot of poorly done virtual theater in the pandemic, where everybody would sort of pretend like they weren't on video calls, and it would be funny things like they would punch and then the other screen would have to pretend to be. And we thought it was weird that nobody was leaning into the medium. And Danielle had this really beautiful idea where she was like, well, I really want to think of something where we could use Zoom like as a metaphor, as part of the medium, like as part of the storytelling. And she actually has grown up in Chinese church, so she actually has a lot of background in being mentored and taught by Chinese people, and so she was talking about how something that she has observed is just how beautiful it is that immigrant families try so hard to communicate over different cultural and language barriers, and she was like, I feel like everybody knows now like what that's like with Zoom, just like that weird like freezing and buffering, and everybody's so far apart and can't talk to each other, but they're trying so hard to talk anyways, like even through the awkwardness. So she was like, what do you think about co-writing something together where we can sort of use that as an expression of immigrant family communication? So that was the main inspiration.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know if you guys watched any awkward Zoom baby showers, but I was like, what an expression of love to all separately be like, yeah, at the camera really intensely. Yeah, and then Amy actually, comes from a family with like immigrants. So I'm just really lucky. I've just been able to like witness this and be invited in some ways. But yeah, it's just a really beautiful thing that I was like, I think more people should get that like window in that I've kind of been given. So.
Yeah, definitely. And capturing the cadence of that sort of interaction was really good too. Like you usually see it as like a gimmick in like a show or something, but like to kind of focus on it was just very interesting. Yeah.
Thanks.
Do you have a memorable incident from like filming?
Oh my gosh. Yes, we have a really unfortunate, memorable incident. Our very first day. So the Liu family home is actually like an Astoria apartment.
Nice.
Not to like shatter the illusion, but it was our friend's place, and we were able to use it for free because she's incredibly nice. But she was out of town and we were cat sitting. That was sort of the trade. And her cat, so we had to like CSI crime scene the whole apartment because one of the actors is allergic to cats, like of course. So we went there really early and we're like vacuuming and putting up an air purifier and like all the things and setting up the home. And after a while we're like, we haven't seen Mickey in a while. And so we start like calling for Mickey, and like Mickey's like a social cat, so this is like a weird situation. We like are opening all the cabinets, like it gets more and more frantic. So I don't cry a ton, but this is the most Amy's ever seen me cry. I was like, I've lost my friend's cat, like, and we had to like cancel our whole first day of filming and tell all the actors. I'm like up and down the streets, have you seen this cat? Like it was a mess. Anyway, after like 4 hours, he just appears in the living room. We're like about to print flyers. I'm sobbing. Mickey walks in like, hey, what's up? And we're like, are you serious? Where were you? And so we finally figure out he had fallen asleep in her dresser. There was like a jeans cabinet, and I must have closed the door to get past it while he was inside. And he could just push it open and come out whenever he wanted, but he napped for like 4 hours in this jeans cabinet. So that was a very memorable experience for us, but in the worst way. Yeah. So Mickey's okay. No cats were harmed.
What a sleepy cat.
Yes, too big cat.
Okay. So what is your best advice for filmmakers, like especially beginning filmmakers?
Yeah, our best advice is to cast really well. I think really good actors have the ability to elevate a script and really breathe life into every little moment and every character quirk, and just and really fleshes out like the whole story. So our best advice is cast well, look for really good actors who are perfect for the part, and they will really elevate your script. So
Amy is amazing at casting, thankfully, and you can tell because our actors were phenomenal. But yeah, Amy had her work cut out for her, and she did an amazing job finding these particular people.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.